As organizer, your event has finished. And you have your final results, for all your disciplines. It is time to get those results registered, into the ranking database. They are needed there, for both our event history archive, and for the racer results, to be counted into the yearly rankings. Send your result to the ranking supervisor. And then discipline classes will be created and opened up, for placement registration. But there are actually things that you can do, even before the event is opened up, for result registrations. So, let us see how you register racers to your event, before you have had your event set up, to register the actual results. First, go to the ranking webpage and log in. Then open up the setting pages, by clicking the Settings button. Select the Organizer page, for your event. Then click the Admin Racer Registration Page button. The Event Racer Registration page will open up. Use the fields in the Search Person panel to filter racers. If you only have racers from your own country, it can be a good idea to filter on country. But actually, in any case, it works often very well to search racers by giving the two first characters in both their personal name and their family name. Then click the Search button, and the names found will be shown. At the end of each racer row, there is a link. Register. Click this link to register the racer to the event. After a racer is registered, the search panel is closed down. This is not what we want when we register multiple racers to our event. Open up the search panel and click the checkbox to keep the panel open. Then continue to set two first characters for personal name and for family name. And click the search button. And then click the register link for the racer you want to be registered. Continue this procedure for all racers. Before the race, for all racers that you think will come. And after the race, for all racers that raced at least one discipline class. It is of great help to have all racer identities sorted out before you start to register the actual results. And this you can do already from the day the event is added to the race calendar. Having racers already registered is also good if you plan on setting up start lists before the race. And it can be fun to promote the race as early as possible before the race day by adding the racers that you know are planning to come. When all racers are registered, you can select All Registered Racers in the function field. This will show all the racers currently registered for the event. After the race, you may also hear Unregister racers that finally never did race. Now, once you have sent in your results to the ranking supervisor, you can only wait for that person to come back to you and tell you that all is set up and ready for the final racer placement registrations. When you get a green light from the ranking supervisor that all discipline classes have been set up, then log in again as before and open up the registration page. Select the All Registered Racers in the function field if you want to be reminded of racers registered. Then select a discipline class to get started. First we need to check in the racers who raced the selected class. Click the link, Check-in, for each racer in the selected class. When you are ready with the check-in, then select the other classes and do the same thing. It may be practical to check in all disciplines for a class at the same time. If you have many racers and many classes, then filter out the racers for a specific class when doing the check-in. And, if you have many disciplines, you only need to check in all class racers for one discipline. And then just keep the race class filter when you select the other disciplines where to set the racer placements. To set placements you need to select Manual Placement Registration in the function field. Now we have selected the Tight Slalom Open Race. This event is easy since it only has one open class for all the disciplines. Note the placement field, it is set to 1 by default. This is exactly what you want the first time. The panel is now showing racers checked in. And links are ready for you to click for the racer that has placement 1 for the Tight Slalom Open Race. Clicking the link will register the placement for the racer and increase the placement to the next number. And all is then ready to register placement 2 for a racer. Continue like this until the last place. If there is DQ result at the end, then use the DQ link for those racers. Okay. Now we are ready for the second discipline, the Hybrid Slalom Open class. We now set the placement field back to 1. And then we select the race. And we click the placement links for each racer's placements again. For the second discipline, one racer did not race. So we do not click the placement link for this racer. If you make a mistake, Just set the placement field to the place you want to start over from. And then click the refresh button. And if you set a placement for a racer, by mistake, that should not have a placement, then set the placement field to 99. And click the refresh button. Then click the DQ link for that racer. This will mark that racer as a racer that did not race. Once you are done with the racer placement registration, contact the ranking supervisor again. Then you can only wait for the final check to be done. Ranking points will be calculated and the event will be officially closed. When this is done, the ranking supervisor will contact you. And then all result overall classes will have been calculated. And also all ranking points for all classes will be there. Your event is now officially finished. Archived with results for the yearly rankings and for the history books.